Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Y'all listen. Get down in these comments and tell me, so Marvin was real? Because I see that people made an update on this divorce between Todd and Kandi. And according to the article written by Sarah Jones for People magazine, it states, quote, Kandi and Todd have been having marriage troubles for a while now. Kandi was not happy because she found out that Todd had been talking to other women behind her back. A source tells People exclusively. Quote, she had no idea, end quote. And that made me think of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9 episode 14. When Kandi and Portia met up, they were going back and forth. Portia brought up Kandi and Ty having a +1 in their bed, and Kandi said that they only did that once. They kept going back and forth. Portia says, quote, so you like the fact that your husband has other chicks when he goes away to different states? And Kandi asked her, what other chicks you talking about? Portia says, quote, so you think y'all only sharing your room? Matter of fact, why don't you call Todd and ask him what he just said to a girl in New York this past weekend, telling them that his name is Marvin so he can cheat? And Kandi was like, who? Portia says, Marvin, his alias. Back then, some folks felt like Portia was full of it, but then you had the people who was like, look, I don't think she lying. And remember when we talked about the divorce and people were sharing all of their thoughts on what they felt happened to make Kandi file, and one of the reasons were the +1, and I was like, well, the only thing that could make either party feel like there was a problem is if they set boundaries, and their boundary was, listen, we can do this thing, but you can't do it without me. I'm not going to do it without you. Don't you do it without me, because at that point it's considered cheating. And listen, I don't need the folks from the motherboard, the first ushers and the deacons coming telling me what the Bible said. Tell Kandi and Todd. So after reading what Kandi said in that article, it made me think about Todd's movie and what he said on that episode of Black Love, when he said that Kandi asked him what were they gonna do because she ain't about this sneaking around trying to be with him, kicking in and stuff. And he was basically like, hold up, shawty, I just got to Atlanta, like, let a nigga have fun before you try to lock me down or whatever. Well, when you read the synopsis of the movie, it'll have you like, Todd, what you trying to say? Is this a subliminal or something? So the synopsis of the movie reads, James Reed and Leah McCoy leave behind their quiet rural life to chase new dreams in Atlanta. He, a rising entertainment lawyer, she, an aspiring food vlogger. Their love is solid, their plans are set, and their future looks bright. But Atlanta isn't just a new city, it's a world that transforms them. James is quickly seduced by the high power, fast living culture at his new firm. Under the mentorship of Isaac, a slick senior attorney, James is drawn into a nightlife filled with expensive suits, bottle girls, and blurred boundaries. One of those boundaries is Diamond, a seductive stylist with her own agenda and an open relationship that entices James further into danger. Meanwhile, Leah tries to adjust, holding tightly to their vision of marriage and partnership. But suspicion grows as James becomes distant. With the help of her childhood best friend Kelly, who's no stranger to keeping secrets, Leah uncovers a truth that breaks her heart and shatters her illusions. Determined not to be the victim, Leah takes matters into her own hands. What begins as heartbreak turns into calculated revenge as the cracks in everyone's facade begins to show. Don't Bring Your Man to Atlanta is a romantic thriller exploring how ambition, lust, and betrayal can unravel even the strongest bonds, and how far a woman will go when her love turns into betrayal. Listen, get down in the comments and let me know what you think about what Kandi said in that article, about the episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and about this synopsis of this movie talking about Don't Bring Your Man to Atlanta. And I'll talk to y'all later.